Why do women lose interest when you finally give them exactly what they want, exactly what they've been bitching for years, exactly what they've been nagging you for, complaining about, for you to change, for you to give them? Why do they finally just lose interest in you when you finally give them exactly what they've been wanting from you? The reason why they lose interest in you is because now that you've given them what they've wanted, now that they've gotten that out of you, you have effectively killed all the mystery. Okay? You have killed all the mystery in your relationship. The excitement in your relationship has now peaked. There's nothing else to see here. The movie is over. She knows exactly how it's going to end, and she's no longer interested. Okay? Because in order to keep a female interested in you, there has to be this constant fantasy going on. In their heads, they live in fantasy. They never really want to experience reality. They constantly want to stay in that fantasy world. So when you finally give her what she wants, it's like you break the fantasy. It's like you pull her out of the fantasy and into reality with you. And this is very, very upsetting for her. Because girls don't want to live in reality. They want to stay in fantasy world. They want the movie to keep going on and on and on and keep unraveling and unraveling with new plot twists, new turns, new drama, right? It's part of having estrogen pumping through your veins. You crave drama. This is why I think it's pathetic whenever I see guys like creating drama in the manosphere, like creating arguments, creating building tribes and constantly like manufacturing conflict with one another. I think it's super pathetic. It's obvious these guys are caught in their feminine frame. The reason why these women lose interest when you give them what they want is because of that. It's like you basically gave them the recipe to your secret sauce, right? Imagine like McDonald's, everybody having the secret sauce recipe for the Big Mac, right? You don't need to go to McDonald's now. You just make your Big Macs at home. She doesn't need you for anything anymore, right? You can't create any more mystery with her. The movie's over. She knows everything there is to know about you. Put it this way, the relationships that I've seen last the absolute longest are the relationships where the guy kind of keeps the girl wanting more. Okay, he kind of keeps her on an emotional roller coaster, right? Not knowing what is going to happen next. Not knowing if the ride is going to make a sudden turn. Not knowing if it's going to go in a loop. Not knowing if it's suddenly going to end, right? Those are the relationships where I've seen go the longest, where the chick stays like completely dedicated and loyal to her man, is when she is just kind of like on the fence waiting to see what happens, like a good movie, right? Like a good mystery. Like she's just on the edge of her seat wanting to see what happens next, right? There's always that sense of mystery and uncertainty and even danger, right? Even danger. This is why a lot of these females stay with abusive men, right? It's not like they want to be abused, but thing is, when it comes to abusive men, is they can't control them, right? They can't control like their abusive guy. They don't know what he's going to do next. They don't know what's going to send him flying off the handle. They don't know what's going to upset him. They don't know what's going to make him jealous, right? They're constantly just left in this pool of uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen. Those are generally the relationships that last the longest, and the relationships that tend to end the quickest are the ones where the girl gets satisfied, where she already sees where this is going. She already knows how this movie is going to play out. These are the type of relationships where the girl is just kind of like, okay, I know what this guy's about. I'm over it, right? I'm over it. When you give a woman what she wants from you, she tends to lose interest in you, right? Because there's not much more to offer there. There's just nothing to keep her in her seat, right, so to speak. Like if she were watching a movie, there's nothing else left for her to see, right? Like the credits are rolling. It's kind of like in the NFL when they give some of these superstars, right? They give them these like gigantic, like $200, $300 million contracts, right? They give them like this huge signing bonus with guaranteed money, like $150 million guaranteed, right? And almost never does that player ever live up to that contract where he was worth that kind of money. It's usually after you give the player all this money, they are never able to perform at the same level that they once did before you gave them that big, huge contract. Now, why is that, right? It's because there's really no reason for them. There's nothing motivating them to perform at that level anymore. They got the money, they got what they wanted, and now they are satisfied. No different with females. Like when you give them what they want and they're satisfied, they don't need anything else, right? There's no motivation for them to treat you any better than they already are. There's no motivation for them to be a better girlfriend, to be a better partner, to support you. And a lot of times these girls will self-destruct and they'll just start sabotaging your relationship and almost punishing you for giving them what they want, for satisfying them, right? It's like a good meal. Once you've eaten a big meal and you're full, you're satisfied. You don't want any more food, right? And it's like a lot of times when you're too full, you think, wow, man, I don't want to eat for like days. I don't want to see food for the next like week or so. Yeah, it's always a bad idea, guys, to give your girl what she actually wants from you, because it will always, always, always end bad, and it will never, ever end in your favor, right? So I know this video is kind of short, but I'm going to wrap this one up here. Until next time, this is M. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell, right? Very important, you guys. Hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube, okay? More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, right? It helps me out a ton when you actually subscribe.